Hi guys, I'm Cheryl. Welcome to my channel. It's finally time. I called it that because I feel like it's finally time that I tell my story. And also because I feel like my life and the things that I've gone through can definitely help other people with things that maybe they're going through or have gone through it and maybe they haven't officially dealt with it yet. So I feel like I can help other people. I do want to say that, if you like my videos, hit a thumbs up, share it, because I am ultimately doing this so that I can help other people. And if you don't like it, that's okay. Then maybe this video just wasn't meant for you. And share it anyway. Let it help somebody else. So on today's video, I want to talk about what it's like to be a person living life diagnosed as a manic depressant, as well as a person who deals with anxiety. I was diagnosed with manic depression at the age of about 21, 22, and I do take medication for it. If I don't take medication, I can be happy one minute and crying the next. I believe that for me, it started when I was a child. I grew up in the kind of household where we didn't really hear things like "I love you" or "great job." We definitely were not a family that gave hugs or kisses. We just didn't do that kind of stuff. I was also a child that was adopted. And so I found out that I was adopted about age 8, 9, somewhere in there. And I remember thinking to myself that I had a mom, someone who gave birth to me, and I wasn't even good enough for her as a baby. And again, being in a household where you never hear things like, "I love you," or even, "you're beautiful," or anything like that, I felt like I wasn't good enough for anybody. I went to schools that were really good schools, but I was also literally the only black kid in my class. And I was called names. I had kids that threw dirt on me. I had kids that spit on me. And so I always felt like I just wasn't good enough. I wasn't even good enough for my biological mom. I wasn't good enough for kids at school to be friends with. I just wasn't good enough. And I grew up my entire life feeling that way. I can say that by the time I was 10 years old, I had probably run away from home about a good 18, 19 times, to the point that my parents took me to see this psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever he was. And he told me, if you run away from home again, I'm going to put you in this hospital. And he asked me, "Do you understand?" And I said yes. And that very same day, I proceeded to run away again. And as promised, I went to this hospital. And I was only there maybe 30 days at the most. And my family was going on vacation. And so Cheryl had to come out, and so she can go on this vacation. And not realizing that I was running away from home because things at home were not great for me. And I just needed an escape. So that's why I would leave. And I always had to come back. And I went through middle school feeling this way. I went through high school feeling this way. I went through my entire life feeling as though I'm not good enough. And I went through my entire life feeling like I'm not loved. And again, I think a lot of it goes back to my childhood, never hearing "I love you," or, getting the hugs, or, getting the kisses or anything like that. Now, I'm a mom, and I have a daughter who is 16 years old. And when I had my daughter, gave birth to her, I had to train myself to tell my child, "I love you." I had to train myself to tell my child, "You're beautiful and you're smart and you can do anything in this world that you want to do." I am now at a point in my life, again, she's 16, where I don't have to train myself. It's just natural to me. My daughter is my world. I would do anything for her. I would lay down my life for her. And I know that she's somebody who loves me unconditionally no matter what I do. I need to tell you that, with somebody who has anxiety, you're overwhelmed. Everything overwhelms you, especially when everything goes wrong at one time. And with my life, a lot of times I feel like everything goes wrong at the same damn time, to the point where I will go through life like, why me? And I've heard it said before, instead of saying why me, why not you? And I understand that. But here's the thing. Why me? I feel like I've gone through my life being the person that other people use, or I'm the person that has been somebody else's punching bag, so that when people today say to me kind things or polite things, I don't know how to accept that. And a lot of times I feel like the other person is really just lying to me. And I'm not saying that they are. I'm saying that this is my feelings, how I feel about it, and how I perceive things. And again, a lot of times it goes back to the childhood. You will have people in life that will say, well, if it happened when you were a kid, you need to just get over it. Okay, here's the deal. I'm here to tell you and anybody else. Sometimes you go through things in life that you can't just get over. You go through things in life that will walk with you and live inside of you your entire life. And as a child growing up, and you don't have people around you that ultimately teach you how to have these particular coping skills, when you become an adult, for example, my age, you still don't know how to cope with certain things. I am the person that when I'm going through something, I will deal with it myself. We don't need to talk about it. I don't need to share it, although I probably should. Sometimes I feel like I need to have that release. I don't feel like I have the people in my life that I can release it to. So I deal with it myself. By doing that, I've had heart attack. I have had a series of health problems, some that I have healed from, and some that I have not. And even with some of the health issues that I deal with today, the only people that know about those health issues are myself and my doctor. And that is because I feel like, why should I burden anybody else in this world with my problems? Because we all have problems, right? So why should I burden anybody else with what I'm going through? And at the same time, I also feel like I can't share the things that I'm going through in life with other people, because I don't all the time feel like people hear me. I feel like I talk to people and it's going through one ear and right out the other ear, and they really didn't hear me. They didn't hear the cries that I was really putting out there. As somebody who has depression, and anybody else who has depression, I'm pretty sure you understand that sometimes you want somebody that you can talk to, not because you need advice. I don't need advice. I need somebody who's going to listen, somebody who's going to hear me. Sometimes you just need that shoulder to cry on. Sometimes you just need somebody to just hear you. And I don't feel like I have that. I'm not taking anything away from anybody. Again, this is my truth. And, I want to tell you guys that with this story and with my other stories that I'm going to eventually tell, I'm going to be as transparent through all this as I possibly can, because I feel like I've held in so much already that it's time for me to become transparent. I feel like, how can I heal from certain things unless I am transparent? Okay? I know through this video, for example, I probably shouldn't point it out, but it's just me, I have a fat tongue, and I know somebody's going to say something about that. Okay, well, I do have a swollen tongue. Again, it causes some of my, one of the health issues that I have. And I will speak on some of those health issues in other videos, but not this one. This is my first one, and, I'm still fresh with this. I'm still new at this, and even doing this scares me. Doing this makes me nervous. Even doing this, my heart is beating 100 miles an hour. because it's making me very overwhelmed. And but I'm still doing it to help somebody else. As a person who deals with depression, I am a person who has gone through the stages of self-harm. I have done things like overdosed on pills. I've drank bleach. I have taken a gun and put 2 bullets in that gun and put the barrel of the gun in my mouth. And if it wasn't for a friend that happened to walk in the room at the time that I was just getting ready to put my finger on the trigger, I probably wouldn't be here today. And I tell anybody that when it comes to my daughter, that if I had not have gotten pregnant with her when I did, that I probably would not be here today. I do believe that God placing my daughter in my life was a way to save my life, because at that time, I was at a time where I was emotionally done, I was physically done, I was mentally done, I was just done. I've done those kinds of things, and I have a scar on my arm that's right here, where when things become so overwhelming for me, I have taken cigarettes and put them out on my arm as a way to just release the pain, as a way to give me a way to scream, a way to cry. I have cried so much sometimes that I feel like I have nothing left to cry out, and then here comes more. But I'm still here, and I like to believe that I'm still here because God is not done with me yet. I like to believe that God didn't put me on this earth to have my life just be hard for the rest of my life. I don't believe that God intended for me to be a punching bag for others. And I don't believe that God put me here to be the listening ear for other people, but to not have people hear me. Didn't want to cry, so I'm going to try not to do that. But this is my life. This is my truth. And it's me being transparent. And it's me coming on here to say to somebody else who goes through the same thing that, guess what? You're still here. God's not done with you the same way He's not done with me. We have to keep pushing. And if you're somebody who's getting bullied, I've been bullied as a kid, I've been bullied as an adult. It's a reason why I don't like bullies. It's a reason why I cannot stand a bully. And it's the reason why I will speak out against a bully at any given time. Because here's the deal, guys. If you're somebody who goes around bullying other people, and here's the reality, this is YouTube. And so there's going to be somebody who's going to have something negative to say on a video. And I'm here to say to you, there's nothing you can say to me that I've never said to myself. There's nothing you can say to me that I probably haven't heard other people say to me or about me. Nobody dogs me out better than me. So give it your best shot. But if you're a person that goes around bullying people, I want you to know, you are giving them something that they will live with for the remainder of their life. Even if that person becomes so successful in life, excuse me, even if they become so successful in life, that's something that's still going to be within them. It's something that they're still going to feel. And any given thing can trigger it. So stop. That's what I say to you. And to somebody who's going through life being bullied and being picked on, you're not alone. And there's more of us out there. And we digress each day. And we learn how to cope. And we learn how to live our life. And we learn how to move forward. And you've got to do the same thing. And guys, excuse me, we're all here for a reason. We don't know what that reason is. Only God knows. We have to just keep living. And we have to just stay strong. And if you're taking medication like I am, we just got to keep taking that medication. And we have to keep praying and hoping that tomorrow will be better. And If you have to ask God, give me the strength for this moment, then that's what you do. Because that's what I do. I have to ask God sometimes, I just need to make it through this second. I can't worry about 2 minutes from now. I need this second. I need this moment. I need you to know that I need your strength to get through right now. And I'm still here. So, guys, this is only my first video. My throat is trying to act up. The videos will get better. Again, I'm very overwhelmed right now. I'm very scared right now. And I'm trying to be transparent. Keep living your life. Don't throw in the towel. And know that you're not alone. And it's going to be okay. Even when you don't think it is, it's going to be okay. And it's okay to cry, because crying helps to release. Try not to self-harm yourself like I do. Don't do that. And if you don't feel like you have somebody to talk to, cry. Talk to God. And pray that He hears you. I love you guys. I have more videos to come. I may record another video today. Maybe touching on some of my health problems and how I deal with it, or how I've healed from some. I have a lot of stories. And my life is definitely going to help somebody else. That's why I'm doing this, guys. Stay strong. Don't throw in the towel. I love you. Be blessed.